Good morning, folks. This is Crane. This is the first episode of the Ordinary Show podcast. So this is all about ordinary stuff. I think I'm gonna be talking about just ordinary news, ordinary stuff that's happening around the world, things that happen to me in my ordinary life. I'm just an ordinary guy. I am a Mexican-born, American my choice guy. I was born in Mexico, but I choose to be an American citizen. So I'm an American citizen, and I'm also a Mexican citizen. So I guess today on the first episode, I'm just going to talk about me, who I am, and how I came to America, where was I brought up, and all that, what made me come to America. So ordinarily for me, right? Remember, this show is brought to you by Modefoca Apparel. Motherfucker! Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, sir. That's how seals do. So we do the same. Modefoca. We have our Shopify store open. You can go to our website, crane-productions.com. There's going to be a tab for Craneware. You click on that, go all the way down to where it says Shopify, and right under that, right under the Shopify logo, we have a banner. It says Modefoca in the middle with the logo, and it's got plenty of pictures of people wearing our apparel. We got hats, shirts. This is a polo with the, there's the logo right there, the Modefoca. Let me explain that. Foca in Spanish means seal. Seal is just a mammal, right? Like a sea lion. Mode is being in mode, is in the mode that you are. So you live in seal mode, you live in mode foca, right? Of course, the way I say it, because I speak Spanish, and if I read it literally in Spanish, it says mode foca. But here, American citizens, English speakers, you can say mode foca, which you say 3 times fast, mode foca, mode foca, mode foca. It sounds great. Anyway, that's the deal with it. It's trademarked. That's part of this brain here. Came up to be in the trademark it with the USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. So I got this mode foca, and the trademark is right there, the little thingy right there. So anyway, that's on all our shirts. Same thing here is right there. So anyway, why a seal? Because it sounds great, foca. And then also seals go to most of their day eating, sleeping, or playing in the water. Talk about a great life. So you gotta wear the life apparel with attitude. You gotta live in seal mode. You gotta live in mode foca. Motherfucker! Ooh, 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 ooh. I just love doing that. So anyway, back to me. So when I was, I remember real well, but I didn't learn English through, and this is just my ordinary life. I didn't learn English in a school or going to classes or stuff like that. I learned English from movies. If you hear that, that's my dog. My dog just came in. Daisy, you want to come up to the camera? Come up. There you go. So this is Daisy, everybody. She's coming up to say hi. The house is open for her. All the house open for her. She's going to have her own show soon. So anyway, that was Daisy. And that's an Aussie door. That means Australian Shepherd mixed with a Labrador Retriever. So Aussie door. So that's Daisy. And she's the queen of the house. So anyway, so where was I? Okay, so I was at, when I was little, maybe this will be 1979, maybe 1978, 1979. Yeah, I'm that old. I'm 55 years old. I was born in the summer of 1969, literally, because of the song. I'm from June of 1969. So going back to the English, how I learned it. So my dad, he bought a satellite dish, one of those, I don't know if there's 12 feet wide in diameter or what it is, 10, 12 feet wide. He installed in the house, and magically, everything was open. All the channels, even the dirty ones. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that too. Shame on me. Well, I was Mexican. I didn't know what it was. I go, the satellite goes that way. If it goes all the way to the other end, you know where that's going. So anyway, you kept it on this side. So the satellite. Anyway, we had satellite dish TV, and everything was open. So I love watching movies, and it's just because the memories from me when I was little. I was like 10 years old when my dad brought that satellite dish antenna to the house. So I'm there watching shows, movies. I think I was watching a movie actually, and the movie was Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. So this is what I learned then. So it was a big control, maybe like this big, and I'm there. I'm gonna use the phone as an example. So this is like the control, and I got this a bunch of buttons. So I'm pointing, and then I see this a button with the initials C. I say, what does CC mean? So, boom, I clicked on it. CC. Of course, that's a closed caption. I know that now, but I didn't know that then. So magically, Robert De Niro was actually this is the exact moment when that turned on. Robert De Niro was in front of the mirror, talking to himself, saying, "Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?" And he was waving his gun and all that. You know that movie, right? Taxi Driver. Also, Sybil Shepherd starring that. Sybil Shepherd, yeah, before Moonlighting. And so watching that movie, and I'm reading an actual. The letters came up on the screen, like right here, boom, 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 boom. And are you talking to me? And I see how that is spelled. So I'm listening to the words, looking at Robert De Niro saying it, moving his mouth, and actually looking at the letters. I'm reading it. So I said, wow. So I learned to write that way because I can learn. I'm a very visual person. So if I watch something, I learn it. I learn how to do a bunch of things in my life just watching somebody else do it or watching it being done. So the English, it comes up in the "Are you talking to me" phrase by Robert De Niro is very famous in Taxi Driver. Of course, what he was doing in that movie, well, just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go shoot the president. So anyway, going back to that. So I started watching movies like that with the closed caption on and reading and see how it sounded and see how it was spelled. So I was just memorizing, right? I didn't write anything. I was just memorizing. And back in that time, my dad used to bring the whole family to. I used to live in Monterrey, Mexico. That's a couple hours out of the border. So my dad used to bring us to McAllen, Texas, or Laredo, Texas, and just for shopping, right? So it's 2 hours. Got passport and a visa, and so we would be there. Just the women would be at the mall. I think it was all my mom and my sister, and me and my brothers were with my dad, just following him around like a puppy, like this dog does with me, that Daisy does with me, just following him around everywhere. And he used to go to this cafeteria. I don't remember the name now. I think it was the Clinks or something. And they had a big bar around, the old cafeterias that there's a central section where the waiter is there, and then they're cooking behind, and she brings everything to everybody. From the center, there's only one waitress or maybe two. So we would sat there. And we would sit there, and excuse my English, I learned through movies. So yeah. So we're there, and I was eager to put in practice what I learned, and watching Robert De Niro say that. So at that time, Star Wars was very popular, and I can tell you that movie blew my mind for science fiction. I think that's what started me on science fiction, not Star Trek, but Star Wars. Afterwards, I saw Star Trek, but Star Wars opened my mind, boom, to science fiction. So I told my dad, hey, I don't know, he gave me like $2 or something like that to buy stuff, or maybe I think it was a $5 bill. So I went by myself. My brothers stayed with my dad, and I don't know, they were eating pancakes or something. I was done. I wanted to practice my English. So I went to the trading card section, and I saw this little, the package. It had the chewing gum attached to the cards inside. It was like 7 or 8 cards, I don't remember. And so I grabbed one, and I go to the register, and then the register guy is like just looking at me, and I was scared because I didn't know if I was going to say something that was supposed to be said or not. So I stayed in silence while the cashier was looking at me like, "Are you going to order something, boy?" And I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And the guy goes, "What? Of course I'm talking to you. You're the only one here. Is that all you want to buy today? That the trading card package?" And I go again, Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? The guy is, come on, kid. What are you trying to do? Are you talking to me? I said, okay, okay, sure. I put the dollar in there. It was, I know, well, 60 cents something for a trading package. And so he looks at me, you're a weird little kid. And I say, I'm Mexican. You were talking to me. And he's like, oh, man. So he put it in a bag and I went back to my dad. And I was so fucking excited. It was awesome. The English I have learned from watching movies, from the actual first movie that I ever watched, which it was Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro and Sybil Shepherd, yeah. I put, are you talking to me? And I used it with an unknown person that I didn't know, of course. They said, don't talk to strangers, but this is the register guy. And I remember it was a guy, had a big mustache. He looks Hispanic, but he was talking in English, so I wanted to speak in English because I knew English and I know you talking to me. Yes, you were talking to me, motherfucker. Motherfucker. If I had those hats before, I probably wouldn't bought it. But anyway, that's part of the story of me learning to speak English, watching a movie in my house in Monterrey, Mexico, in English, and the closed caption button. And I was the only one in my family doing that. It's amazing because I'm here in the United States now, and I cannot be grateful enough for the movies that I watched when I was a kid, and I used the closed caption button. And that helped me learn English, probably in an orthodox way. But that little jingle you hear is Daisy. She's around here, she's playing with a tennis ball. I think she wants me to play with her, but not now. Go away. So there she goes running. Through life, when I was already in the United States working here, I've been here maybe 2 or 3 years at this refinery working in there, and there was a lot of people, this is in Southeast Texas, so a lot of people chew tobacco and they go got a big beard. Well, they couldn't have beard, but had a big mustache to here because they have to have the when there's an evacuation or when there's something like a gas, they have to have fitted with the mask. So, and if for it to not leak, you cannot have hair here because this is where the seal goes, like right here. So all this hair couldn't be possible. So anyway, I veered off. So there was these guys over there, and we were in a meeting, construction meeting. I'm a civil engineer, so I have done construction engineering, construction supervisor, field engineering, area engineering, project manager, project engineer. I've done a lot of things for construction and for engineering. So somebody's explaining about like the cost, right, of something. So they were talking about the cost, and as a preamble for this, you try to explain to me. POST, post. HOST, host. MOST, most. COST, what the hell? It's not cost, it's cost. What? 3 words with the same OST is OST. This one word is OST. Why? I don't know. I don't know the rules. I didn't see a movie with the rules for English. I saw a movie with regular things in it. So that happened. I'm in the meeting, and I want to say, okay, I want to talk about the cost, but I didn't know I was said cost because it was the first time I was going to say it in a meeting, right? So I put in my mind post, most, host. Okay. So, hey, what about the coast code for this? This very redneck guy speaking the tobacco. What are you talking about, boy? Huh? You want to go to the beach or something on the coast? I said, no, you understand the coast code. It's coast, Mexican boy. And I'm like, you're going to Mexico. I'm Mexican boy. I want to see you speaking Spanish in Mexico, see how you do. But anyway, that's how I learned the kind of hard way, easy way in front of everybody that COST is not cost, it's cost. So since then, I know. And that's a good example of me saying, you know what? I didn't go to school for English. All I did was watch movies. And when I see, to this day, I'm 55 years old, to this day, when I see a word that I don't remember ever saying, I compare it to words that I know, and I go, okay, I mean, this should sound like this. So I throw it out, no fear. Boom. And nobody says anything. Okay, I think that's good. Most of the time is wrong, but people are not like that redneck guy back in the Southeast Texas thing 20 years ago. And I mean, he was just a redneck, and he wanted to make an example out of me, but I returned to him right away. Speak Spanish, motherfucker. Motherfucker! Ooh. So anyway, that's one of the stories of me speaking English and the way I learned through movies. And this day, I'm still. I got an exercise I did in my mind when I first got to Houston. Yeah, I live in Houston. I've been here for over 20 years, 22, 23 years, and 23 years now, 24. I don't know, and something like that, almost 25. I wrote the boss a lot. The boss. Excuse my movie English. I wrote the boss a lot, and just to know the city, what areas and all that, and so I was writing the boss a lot, and to get to the bus stops, I gotta walk a lot. So my whole life since I was a little kid, I used to count my steps in Spanish: uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, whatever. So I started doing that in English because I was still thinking in Spanish when I was speaking, even though I was speaking English for a while. I was still thinking in Spanish, and I had to translate to English to say in English. And I said, no, I gotta force my mind to do this, to think in English. So something I did every day, the counting in numbers in Spanish. I don't know, I'd count my steps. I don't need the watch to count my steps, the Fitbit, whatever. So I started counting steps in English. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this daily for months until one day I realized somebody asked me something and boom, I didn't even translate it. And the theory behind that is I know what that is in English. If it's a hat, it's a hat. I don't have to say sombrero, hat, hat. See what I did? In the mind, sombrero, hat, hat. The mouth says it after translating. I didn't do that no more. And after a few months of forcing myself to only think in English and walking steps, counting in English helped me a lot. So anyway, I'm here now in the great United States of America. I'm an engineer. Right now, I got a thing for comedy, and I always throw stuff out there, jokes and stuff to make people laugh. I don't know, I love it. So I started this YouTube channel. I got some videos in there. Me and my son did a few years back. There's 18 or 20 videos in there. I got a TikTok account now. It's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X now. It's an X, not a Twitter. Pew pew. You XX, no. XX. So trying to make this work. So this podcast, this is the first one. This is called, like it says there, The Ordinary Show. It's a podcast. And it's sponsored by my brand, Motherfucker. And I also got another brand. It's going to be Ordinary Beer. Ordinary Beer, the only beer that makes you feel better than ordinary. Yeah, that's the jingle for the Ordinary Beer. And that's actually part of one of my sketches called the Hispanic sports narrator. You know when they say goal, instead of going like the Americans, goal, a Hispanic goes, goal! And I can keep going for another 2 minutes because I got a big, long two of them, and I can go goal a lot. So Hispanic sports narrator is based on that, how the Hispanics are, how they talk, how they scream, how they do all this stuff. And in there, this sports narrator, his name is Ernesto Pedernales. Pedernales agarra el pedo. He drinks a lot. So in front of the camera, he's drinking his beer, and it's ordinary beer. So anyway, I wanted these podcasts to be around 20 minutes each. I'm reaching 19 minutes right now. I'm going to cut it short right now. So I just wanted to say that we're going to be here daily with this podcast. And I guess I should wear this for show, right? Like everybody does. Like this. That looks more professional. And I can also bring the microphone around. Of course, this is the fake microphone, but I can put it right there and be like, yeah, I got my microphone I'm using right there. lapel that I bought on TikTok. But I can be like, this is more special. Look, I'm on the air right now. There's some of my shirt. There's a hoodie, other hoodies. There's another shirt, a game day shirt, another polo. This is the fishing line. It's got a different logo, and that's the Ordinary Show logo. Motherfucker polo, motherfucker hat. So anyway, this has been the first podcast, The Ordinary Show. The Ordinary Show, brought to you by Ordinary Beer, the only beer that makes you feel better than ordinary, and also sponsored by Motherfucker Apparel. Thank you, folks, for watching, and I'll see you here tomorrow. So we're gonna put this on YouTube, on Spotify, and if they let me, on TikTok, because they're very, I don't got the music, you're violating this, you're violating that. So it's gonna be on YouTube and Spotify, maybe TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, everything else. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you here tomorrow. We have some more stories about ordinary and what ordinary life is in this country and in the world. Thank you. Adios, chingón.